Welcome to another episode of Soul's Podcast. I hope that you are having a great day wherever you are. Here, we learn together to heal, to free our souls from all burdens of the past, and to cultivate more self-love. As mentioned in the previous episodes, in the coming episodes, I will explain to you the universal laws of the game of life on planet Earth. These laws of pure consciousness enable you to navigate through the game of life in 3D realm by seeing the big picture, and also prevent you from getting trapped into the prison of your own limited mind and the ego. It helps you to see beyond this 3D matrix and its limited physical boundaries, and break free from the restrictions of time forced on you by your own ego to keep your life predictable and small, with the agenda, or better to call it, excuse of keeping you safe. Learning these rules and applying them in your day-to-day life is the first step toward manifesting your dream life. The first law is called the Law of Oneness, which basically says life beyond this three-dimensional matrix is one giant field of limitless possibilities. The process of manifesting your dreams into this 3D reality begins with becoming conscious about these truths and putting your creativity in motion by accessing this field of infinite potential. By unfolding this divine power in yourself, which many call spirit or higher self, you will not see reality through the fear-based lens of your ego anymore. It unleashes the freedom in you and suddenly connects you to the whole universe. Stop seeing the world as ego presented to you, as you're standing on one side and the rest of the world on the other side. You won't fall for the illusion of separation broadcasted 24/7 by your mind anymore. But you start feeling being connected to and part of this one interconnected net of all that there is in the whole universe, and see the world you live in as all is one. The more you connect with your true self, the more connected you feel with this infinite divine field of possibilities where creation is possible. This new consciousness not only makes you feel humble and fearless, but gives you access to all the energies in the universe. You will not feel like you are one soul walking and navigating alone in this universe, but you feel like you have the support of the whole world because you know you are not separate from it. Since you are now one with the whole collective, same power of love that binds all the particles in the universe will support you every step of the way. Remember, our beliefs actually shape our external reality, meaning if you start thinking unlimitedly, you will have access to unlimited resources in your life. And as Paulo Coelho wisely quotes in his book, The Alchemist, when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. The fear, which is a fraction or inner part of your ego, will obviously be shattered as soon as you reach this level of consciousness about life. No wonder, because it was formed as a result of the illusion of separation in the first place. Another immediate result of becoming conscious of and practicing the law of oneness is that you stop being judgmental about people and circumstances around you, and don't judge your own thoughts either. The limited mind naturally labels experiences in contrast as good or bad, successful or unsuccessful, safe or dangerous, through the lens of duality, as we discussed in episode number 6. What happens by non-judgment is that instead of immediately believing this duality, we can practice observing our experience with greater openness and compassion. Rather than falling into the trap of drama and unconsciously reacting to life experiences, as the observer, we are able to stop blaming others or circumstances, won't feel like a powerless victim, and won't see others as victims either, who need to be saved. We can create space to acknowledge the experience for what it is. This new psychological space and shift in perspective can turn triggers into opportunities for growth and redirection. We stop reacting and instead can consciously choose our next step. We will observe our thoughts instead of personalizing with them. We take life experiences for lessons instead of identifying with them. And we will break free of the trap of resistance, which only intensifies the emotions, and are able to finally face our emotions. The chatter of mind continues. However, we are now able to create quiet mental space through non-judgment. Reaching beyond duality gives us the chance to be present in this moment, which is the only place where we can actually experience life, make choices, and take proper actions to manifest our dreams. Reacting is fear-based and happens as a result of one of our inner parts feeling insecure, offended, or attacked by others. Like many other behaviors triggered by ego, like hiding parts of yourself, seeking external approval, wearing a mask, craving to belong, reacting also has its roots in survival and the need for safety. The ego often seeks certainty and control. It wants to know exactly what will happen next, when it will happen, and how it will happen. It attaches itself, therefore, to specific outcomes because certainty can create a temporary feeling of safety. However, the predictions of mind on what is safe or not are all on the limited basis of your past experiences and therefore cannot be fully trusted. But operating from a place of lack and fear, the biased mind cannot see this fact. Only you, as your highest self and the observer, are able to see the whole truth. That is why the non-attachment and the peace of mind that accompanies it helps you to break out of this limited picture and opens your view to the broader horizon of full potentiality the universe has to offer. It simply means being okay with not knowing all the details as future unfolds and willing to accept the uncertainty that goes with it. This acceptance is necessary to be able to create, because the fear caused by attachment of the ego not only shrinks your perspective about the different possibilities available to you, but also lowers your vibration, takes away your peace, and forces you to constantly move between the past and the future, which makes it impossible for you to be present in the moment where the creation happens. Creativity means you are creating something that does not exist yet in 3D and therefore is unknown to the human mind, which is anchored in the three-dimensional matrix confined by time and place. How can you then even expect the human mind to be able to predict it and do not feel threatened by it? Detachment does not mean becoming indifferent to what happens. It means releasing the belief that our happiness, worth, or sense of safety depends on one specific outcome occurring in one specific way. Detachment gives you the power and flexibility to plan and move forward despite the fear of unknown, which is vital to make big changes and manifest the new into your life. That being said, let's focus on what we can practice daily to be able to access this field of infinite potential and use the law of oneness to manifest our dreams. One of the most powerful practices for accessing this state of oneness is learning to become comfortable with silence. Being present and practicing silence quiets internal mind chatter. As the observer, you watch your thoughts come and go like clouds in the sky. The mind and ego will resist at the beginning, but over time, the mind will give up, and you will get deep access to this field of creation. Taking a few minutes each day to sit quietly, follow the breath, and observe your thoughts without judging them can gradually change your relationships with your mind. When a thought appears, you don't need to fight it or believe it. You can simply notice it and gently return your attention to your breath and the sensations in your body. The goal is not to create an empty mind, but to discover that you are capable of observing your thoughts without automatically becoming them, believing them and reacting to them. In that space, the ego doesn't disappear, but its voice dims down and becomes more like a background noise. It no longer has the control of your body and your life. Instead, your unlimited self is taking control of your being. The ego frequently moves between the past and the future to plan and make predictions to gain control over what happens next and follow its agenda for safety. Yet neither the past nor the imagined future is happening in this moment, and both are simply illusions of the mind. The present moment is the only place where we can actually experience life, make choices, and take action. The only place where we can manifest. Here is where practicing non-judgment and mindfulness can help us develop the ability to observe our mental activity with greater distance and awareness. Practicing techniques like meditation and visualization teach us to observe our thoughts and feelings rather than attempting to resist and eliminate them. By creating a space between our deeper awareness, the self, which is compassionate and understanding, and the voice of ego, which forces duality and is judgmental, we are able to gift ourselves peace of mind and quiet mental space. In this freedom lies our choice, and we stop reacting automatically to triggers. In this stillness, the magic happens, because moving past the fears of our mind, we can now become more curious, creative, and receptive to new perspectives. The third technique that can help with accessing the field of all possibilities is grounding yourself in nature. Spending time in nature gives you a chance to center yourself, connect with the rest of the collective and the whole picture of life outside of your mind. It helps you quiet your mind by paying attention to your surroundings and connecting to all your five senses. Focusing on the colors, smells, sounds, tastes, and touching the soil, the leaves, the trunk of a tree, feeling the breeze against your skin and listening to the birds singing and the wind and watching the movement of the trees, it can help you bring your attention back into the present. Once you become more present and grounded, it reminds you that life is happening here, not somewhere in the past or in an imagined future. The spark of creativity can then become a pathway through which other possibilities are explored. This happens to me all the time in the stillness of nature when I go for a walk. When you become one with this unified quantum field of all possibilities by entering theta brain state in stillness, you are indeed tapping into the right half of your brain, which fosters creativity. The alpha state, achieved through deep relaxation, serves as a bridging state, a portal which takes you from beta active mind to the theta state. It lets you slide past your analytical mind or ego. Breaking out of the 3D realm, you now enter the theta brainwave state. Connect fully with this field of pure potential and become no one, nothing, nowhere in no time. You are one with the whole universe and can access whatever data you need to solve any problem that you're facing right now. Welcome to everyone, where anything is possible and you can simply find the solution to any problem. It is here that manifestations happen, where you have access to all possibilities and experience no limitation. Everything you need to embark on your growth journey is already within you. Growth and sustainable change demand a shift in identity, rewiring your negative limiting core beliefs and discovering your true life purpose. There is currently a gap between your current identity and the identity who lives your desired life. As a coach, I am honored to help my clients to reflect, dive deep within, and access their inner source of guidance, which helps them bridge this identity gap and manifest their dream life. If you currently feel stuck or lost in your life situation, lack joy and meaning, or struggle with anxiety, I can help you break free from old patterns and the limitations of the ego to find your true life passion, manifest your dream life, and get where you deserve to be. Check the link in the description to book your first coaching call with me today. Thank you for being here with me today on another episode of Soul's Podcast. If you wish to learn more about the rest of the laws of the universe, remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for more episodes and videos like this. I send you much love and light wherever you are. Your co-traveler and guide, Sareh. See you next time.